it's Katie. We are getting ready for our third Handprint Legacy Live event, and was just sitting here thinking through some of the lessons that we learned last year when we pivoted from real life retreats to online events, and I thought I would share some of those with you today. So the first thing that I think was really big for us was recognizing that big journeys start with small steps. And it's so important to just take action. When everybody else was sort of frozen and wondering, what are we going to do? We can't do all of our live events or retreats like we usually did. We pivoted and said, okay, who's doing virtual? Who can we learn from? And we went and found some of the best people in the event industry to learn from, and started attending some virtual events of the first adopters, seeing what they were doing, and trying to translate that into what could we do? How could we do this? And so I think that starting that journey, taking that step, the first step can be the most important, and that for us that was true. The second thing that I think we learned in doing virtual events last year was that you don't have to have the best in order to do well. We converted our bedroom into our stage for our live virtual event last year twice. The first time we moved the mattress out into the living room and just brought it back in to lay it on the floor in the air conditioning in the evenings, because here in Mexico we just have a couple of rooms that are air conditioned. And so the second event, we pushed the bed over in the corner because we figured out how to arrange the cameras and things that we could put it in the corner and not have to move it out entirely. But we slept on the stage, essentially. We put the mattress back in on the floor and slept on the stage, and got up in the morning and moved the mattress back out. We also didn't have the best equipment. Like, we had a laptop and we had a DSLR camera, and we tied everything together on a screen and an iPad. Like, we just used what we had, and it worked, and people loved it. Now, we've been able to upgrade some things, thankfully, this year, right? But we weren't waiting until we had the best to be able to do something. And I think that was a huge lesson that we can take and apply to lots of other areas. And then the third thing that was a huge takeaway for us is that your community makes or breaks you. In the middle of our event, I think it was like the morning of day 2, when we turned everything off the night before and we had to turn it back on and get all the settings and everything correct the next morning, we had issues with our audio, and we couldn't get our audio to work. And so we had people sitting there logging in for the event and hearing the music in the background, but we couldn't talk to them to be able to start the session. And we reached out to our community. We reached out to the other people that were in our live event training community and said, hey, we're having an issue. Can somebody help? And one of those dear people got on the phone with us right then and there and walked us through troubleshooting the audio issue and got us back up and back live on the spot. And so, like, some of those things, you just cannot discount the value of community when it comes to stuff like that. And so I think it's important for us as business owners to find the right community. And I'm not saying that that's going to happen at every event, but I'm sure grateful that I was in the right community when it did. I'm so grateful for the heart of the people that I've chosen to surround myself with as I grow this business, because I know that they would do something like that for me, and that I would do something like that for them. And so, surround yourself with the right people. Find a community that's going to support you, support your dreams, be there for you to count on when you need them. And that was super important. So the three things, once again, is that big journeys start with small steps, right? God directs your steps, not your standing still. My friend Matt Tommy always says. The second thing was, you don't have to have the best to do something well. Work with what you've got, make it the best you can, and watch God bless it. And then the third thing is to choose your communities well, because your communities can make or break your success. And we're building an amazing community right now from the attendees that are already signed up for our Handprint Legacy Live event this coming up in June. And I would love to have you there as part of that community. We are 50% sold out on our tickets, but there's still a space for you. If you get in now, head on over to handprintlegacylive.com and join us for 3 days at our next live virtual event, where we can help you map out your first or your next online marketing funnel so you can reach more of your right fit people and be able to give the message that you were created to give. So I hope you'll join us, handprintlegacylive.com, and we'll see you in a future episode. Bye-bye. Say bye, Clarence.